And good morning, it's your friendly neighborhood Tironan, and we're looking at the JU-87 one last time. I know you guys are probably getting sick of this, but I wanted to give an update as to where we were. Um, this is irritating, but I think I've come to the conclusion that the major malfunction, this is not an easy aircraft, first off. Let's get it straight and be honest. Um, it's not an easy aircraft at all. There's nothing kind about it. That being said, how to put this? This aircraft has, because of the dint of its challenges and the lack of ordnance, has the potential to make you a much better ground attack pilot if you pay attention. And a lot of you are going to ask, and ask fairly, Tyr, you just talked about what a rotten aircraft it is. It is. Unabashedly, it is. It is an unforgiving aircraft for lots of reasons. It is a aircraft that will bring you to the verge of exasperation. It's also an aircraft that will enable you to learn the discipline that it takes to be an effective ground attack uh, pilot. And you say, okay, so what are you learning? Well, more than anything else, this game is going to reward you for precision and completeness of your ground attacks. And there is no more cruel master than a JU-87. And I'm not saying it's a great aircraft, far from it. The lack of ordnance is crippling. But it does do something that no other aircraft will do for you, which is teach you how not to waste a single shot in the limited time that you have. How to concentrate on targets, know exactly how many shots it takes to complete kills, and how to stay after it. How to immediately reverse as soon as you can, get a decent target, and come after an aircraft, an area again and again until you've completed it. And I see that we've completed that one. Don't make a liar out of yourself, Jeff. It doesn't help. Okay. One thing about this aircraft is it desperately and completely rewards you for efficiency. What you need to do is look at all times where you can apply your combat power at. It's limited. You're vulnerable. Every minute you spend over a ground attack target brings you that much closer to being wiped out. You're going to have some selection in your targeting ability. For instance, I see that command base out there in the center, and I want it. So we have some friendly aircraft around. Whether we'll get any help with it is another thing entirely when everybody is so consumed with air bases. But we're going to have to shift. We have control of all airfields in this area. Wandering into an area that has no fighter cover at all is going to hurt. And you notice how much time people are spending outside the caps. People being outside caps doesn't help you. It does not. Okay. Now what I'm looking for here is soft targets. See right there? I can get these relatively quickly, and they count just as much. Alright, this is captured. Let's get out of the area because I can do nothing until this is complete. So just use all that lovely boost you got and get the hell out of the area for now. You can come back to it in a bit. When it is reset, you can come back to it. In the meantime, use what you can, run for cover, run for friendly fighters, do something besides be a victim. I can't do too much about the sheer vulnerability of this aircraft. And there are people who, and I'm among them, by the way, always want the easy meat. And you'll see the same guy shooting you down over and over again. And let me tell you, dealing with single engine fighters, you know, BF-110 is the travail, just like it is with the P-38 or any other heavy fighter. They're not real good at maneuvering combat, and if they don't get you in the first swipe and you're not moving fast enough, or you haven't got enough separation between you and that other aircraft by the time they turn around, they will eat your lunch over and over again. Let's get back to this. We now have targets. And I want to find the thing I can kill the quickest. Alright, we just wiped out a ground target in its entirety. Again, targets. Be very quick, be very efficient. Use the Chandelle turn. What the hell is that? That's this. You turn around, and you get back on target as quickly as possible. Again, another aircraft, another ground attack target taken out, and it gets us the base. Get enough of these, you win. Now, I'm going to say this to every fighter out there. You need to start paying attention to what is going on with your ground attack aircraft. If you think you're going to win without taking these bases that you can't win without ground attack aircraft, or you think you're going to win by not supporting them, you're dead wrong. Okay? Not to be snarky, but I see it all day long. And it's in every MMO. All right? If you're just looking to up your fighter score, and you're not taking care of your GA aircraft, you're making a mistake. You want to know why you're not winning? That's why you're not winning. You know, you can point fingers at everybody else, but I got news for you. It's us. It's the way we do things. Okay. And again, same guy. All right. God knows he's getting killed too. Just watched it a while ago. But had people been watching out for the ground attack aircraft, what would I be doing now? Instead of waiting for a regen, I'd be attacking another base. You got to think a little more strategically and tactically here, folks. All right, and there's a lot of bots out there. Doesn't matter what I say, what I do, or what you say, or what you do. We're going to have to deal with it until the player count gets high enough. But if you want to be a better player, if you want to win more, you have got to think a little more strategically. All right, let's get back to it. We're going to have a take back a base. But this thing has taught me more than anything else to be efficient in taking out targets. And I've learned from it. It's been a tough taskmaster. If you ask me if I'm ever going to like this aircraft, not particularly. Does I see that it does nothing better than the Illusion does, and does a whole lot of things worse. But you do learn. Now, as air-to-air weaponry goes, these 45s, these 37s I should say, as lovely as they are, do next to nothing in air-to-air combat. They are, however, pretty darn good at taking out soft targets in single hits. And we've got ourselves a victory. And we contributed to it by taking bases over and over. What could have been done better? Well, you're going to have to ask yourself that question. But watching this performance, watching the videos, how much different if you had a fighter or two with you? How much difference could it have made? Because I promise you, if you're falling behind ground attack aircraft, you're covering them, you're going to get lots of opportunities for victories. Well, over other fighters, over heavy fighters. Over other ground attack aircraft, you're going to get opportunities to fight. But you're going to have to refocus a little bit on how you approach the game. I am going to make a very conscious effort to see where my ground attack aircraft are going and to try to take care of them. Because I think that is the way that you get more victories. Is this still a terrible aircraft? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely it is. Is it anything that an Illusion can do that this can't do? Yeah. Yeah, it will absolutely devastate a target quicker and faster because it's got ordnance and lots of it, and it's got effective guns. That being said, this aircraft will teach you like none other. It's kind of like the hardest teacher you had, and how much you had to pay out to and pay attention and discipline yourself to get through a class in college, right? I had a calculus professor that turned around and told me, gave us 4 questions for our final. 4. In other words, if you got 3 correct, you passed the course. If you got 4 correct, you got an A, and anything less, you failed after 3 months of agonizing work. And he looked at us all and said, "You're about to be given the opportunity to achieve." Now that's damning with faint praise, which is absolutely true. But if you're asking me, has this been a totally negative experience? No. I have learned to be a much better ground attack pilot because of this aircraft. Because it forces you to be. And that's all I will say about it. We'll be moving on to the Ju-88, where I'm sure that I will continue to bitch, moan, complain, and everything else about its lack of ordnance, or I can continue to perfect my skill, which will help me in heavy fighters, which will help me in multi-role fighters. We are all learning here, people. But if you're doing the same thing in the same old way, and you're complaining about the fact that you never seem to get victories, I'm going to suggest something. We are not doing it as well as it could be done. We do not know everything. And it was Albert Einstein that said, the surest sign of insanity is to keep doing things the same old way and expect different results. And that's what we're doing. Can't do anything about the bots, but your behavior, my behavior, the way we treat our ground attack aircraft, the way we need to stop thinking about, hey, I got 14 victories. Yeah? How many caps did you take when you got defeats you got when you were number one? Oh. Yeah. So, am I going to take back a single word I'm going to say about the Ju-87? No. It's still a sucky aircraft. Is it an experience worth going through? Yes, because you learn something in the hardest way possible. You get your nose rubbed in it long enough, you will learn what you have to do. All right? This is Tironan. If you like the video, please, by all means, like it. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down, but tell me why. I'd like to learn from it. It's not the only thing I'm learning, and I am a producer. And subscribe. I need subscribers. Agree, disagree, that's okay. But let me know. Thank you so much. You have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again.